Family and Consumer Sciences Extension at the University of Kentucky. Our agents share research knowledge with individuals, families, and communities to improve quality of life. Building strong families, building Kentucky. It starts with us.
Hello, I'm Vicki Wynn with the UK Cooperative Extension Service at the Marshall County Extension Office. And today I'd like to talk to you about sensational salads. Salad greens have been around for a long time, and when we think about salad greens, we typically think about a side salad or maybe a chef salad, but there are so many other options when putting together a salad, and we're going to talk about today some of the options that you have in order to turn an ordinary salad into an extraordinary salad, to make a salad not only a side item, but an entree or even a complete meal. And with salad greens, it's always important when thinking about what to look for when shopping, when storing, when preparing, and then when adding other ingredients. Salad greens provide vitamins, minerals, other healthy nutrients, and is an excellent choice for reducing caloric intake. Many provide less than 30 calories per serving. Dark leafy greens also supply antioxidants, which we know helps to prevent a lot of serious illness. So when selecting your salad greens, we want to remember that moisture is key. And if we'll look at some of the options, you can purchase salad greens in a lot of different forms and a lot of different packaging. So the next time you're in the grocery store or even the farmer's market, take a look at all of the types of salad greens. We have a publication here at the Extension Office that tells about the 15 different types of salad greens that we have available in our area. So if you'd like to know more about that, contact our office and we'll be glad to share one of those with you. We know that packaged salads or bagged salads are becoming more and more popular, and it is a good choice, but we know it's not the most cost-effective choice. It's more expensive because you are paying for convenience, for energy and time saving. So always read the labels. They will say that they've already been washed and ready to use. Now some people go ahead and rinse with clear water before they eat bagged salads, and that's certainly fine. But we know that salad greens are tender. They're not intended for a lot of handling because they bruise sometimes very easily, and the quality diminishes if we handle it too much. So we want to make sure that we're getting the type, and for the most part, our salad greens in the bagged salads have the types of greens that are included. This one happens to be romaine lettuce and radicchio. So there's just so many different types, and we want to always make sure that we're looking in what we can see in that bag and make sure there's no brown leaves, no dried leaves, no spoilage at all, because there is a date on each bag that we want to use by. Salad greens will keep in the refrigerator from 2 to 4 days. And they don't have a very long shelf life, but if they're stored properly and handled properly, you should be able to get at least 2 to 4 days out of them. We can also purchase leaf lettuce that's been picked and put into bags. This is a Wildfire Mix brand, and it is ready to use. You can see the moisture beads there in the bag, so that's a good sign because we said moisture is key. We want to make sure that we have chosen a good quality salad green that is not dry and not turning brown, so that's something to always keep in mind. We also can purchase head lettuce or head salad greens, And you always want to make sure that it's firm and heavy, that it's tightly packed. That's a sign that it's fresh, it's good quality. Of course, when you get ready to prepare this, you'll want to remove these outer leaves because sometimes they are damaged a little bit in handling, or if the package, usually they're shrink wrapped and the package may have been a little bit tight and starting to wear on those outer leaves. But once those are removed, you should be able to utilize the rest of the head. And this, of course, is the iceberg type of lettuce, and it seems to be one of the most common. It's fairly inexpensive, and it really is one that is very versatile. We can use it for a lot of different uses. And the last type that I want to tell you about is what we call living lettuce. And if you'll see, this lettuce still has the roots attached. Due to technology and advancements in farming, aquaponics and hydroponics have become very, very popular. And we do have some local producers that raise salad greens in this way. And the living lettuce, of course, having the roots still attached, has a longer shelf life because the nutrients are still being supplied to the plant. So this type of lettuce, it's a butterhead variety, and as you can see, it has those moisture beads and it is so fresh. You can buy these from the producer, or you can buy these at the grocery store, and they're becoming very, very popular because of their freshness, because of their longer shelf life. So after we've considered what types of salad greens we have available and what use we intend to use them for, then we think about how am I going to prepare that salad green. So we know a tossed salad is still very, very popular. I know I grew up eating a lot of tossed salads, but basically it was lettuce and tomato. There are just so many other things we can add to that, but that's the base for a really good salad. And we want to make sure we have a container large enough. We want to make sure that we're preparing an amount that will be eaten, because as we know, once salad dressing is put on those greens, it does not hold up as well. It does not store in the refrigerator as well. So we want to make sure that we're only preparing what will be eaten for that particular meal. Making sure that we have a variety of greens, I think that's very important. I know a lot of times when people go in a restaurant and they order a salad, sometimes it's not the type of greens. So it's always a good idea to ask what type of greens they use in their salad. If it's iceberg lettuce or if it is mixed greens, it may be a wide variety of greens. So we want to make sure that we always know ahead of time what it is that we are ordering. After we have gotten our lettuce home, we know how we're going to prepare it. Maybe we're not going to prepare it right away and we need to store it. Since moisture is key, we want to make sure that when we store those salad greens in the refrigerator, that we either put it in the crisper drawer where the humidity is just right, or if we have a container that is made especially for storing salad greens. And this one has a basket inside that the moisture will drain to the bottom. Sometimes some varieties will hold moisture more than others, and if it is held too long and at a cold temperature, it starts to deteriorate the leaves. And we want to make sure that we have proper humidity, that we have proper storage so that the shelf life will be ideal for that. This particular one has a little handy guide on it to show what types of vegetables and fruits and greens need most humidity or none. so we can adjust the lid to have more holes exposing to air, and then some that will keep it closed. So just knowing that what our intention is for purchasing those greens, how long we plan to store it before we use it, we just want to make sure that we are protecting our investment, because groceries these days are quite expensive in many cases, and we want to make sure that we keep it the best quality possible. So as we are storing it in the refrigerator, making sure that we want to get the most out of it. If you are growing your own salad greens, and at this time of year, a lot of people are getting excited because it's almost time to harvest those salad greens that you may grow at home. Many people have lettuce tables or salad tables, and I know we have salad tables at my house, and I love to harvest the leaves, but sometimes if we've had a hard rain, much like we have recently had, those leaves will have some soil, some things that need to be washed off. So it's always good to rinse those leaves off, to rinse those greens, and sometimes it takes more than one time. I enjoy using a salad spinner, and this is a good tool. If you use a lot of salad greens, you'll put your greens in the basket, pour the water out after you've spun it, but you'd be amazed at how clean it can make your greens just by giving the spinner a spin, and the water goes to the bottom and rinses off the soil and the things that we don't want on our lettuce. So we want to make sure that we've properly cleaned it. You know, there are some things on the market that's advertised to wash your lettuce, or even antibacterial, or just some cleaner type sprays, and none of that is necessary. Just clear water and a little bit of friction. You want to be careful because, as we've said, leaves are quite tender and we don't want to damage them, but we can wash with clear water and rinse and pat dry before we do prepare it and serve it. I find that after I have spun the lettuce, if it's more than I'm going to use at that particular meal, I can slide it in a zipper bag, maybe a gallon-sized zipper bag, and then put a paper towel and then another layer. And that absorbs the moisture and draws it away from the greens, but it keeps the humidity in a good check as far as being able to extend the life of that lettuce for another couple of days. So I have found that it's good to take care of it in that way, and you know when you go to get it and use it. We like BLTs, and the lettuce is just perfect. It's ready to eat and in very good quality. There are lots of tools on the market to help you prepare salads. I like a lettuce knife. This has a serrated edge, but it's not sharp like a regular knife would be. As we've said, moisture is key, but with that said, bruising is very easy on our salad greens. So one of the tools that works really well, I know a lot of people enjoy using their salad greens with tacos or with other salads, and this one is designed to put your lettuce in this bowl, put the lid on, then of course turns it like this, and you can slice your lettuce through here. Especially for tacos, this is a perfect way to have shredded lettuce without it making a big mess on your counter, and it stays put. So then you can rotate it and cut it again, so it contains the lettuce for you. Then when you're finished, you've got your lettuce that is shredded and ready to use in your recipes, and it really makes it easier to take care of those prep times and keeps lettuce all in a neat place. We've talked about the different types of lettuce, the different forms that you can purchase, the different kinds of tools that you can use to store and prepare your lettuce for using. Let's talk just a minute about salad dressing. Salad dressing is really the sauce of the salad, and there are so many different varieties of sauce or of dressing. And it is sometimes confusing when you go into the grocery store and look at all the different kinds. Let's think about the refrigerated dressings. Some are prepared, ready to eat, and kept in the refrigerated section of the grocery store. Now, these dressings are going to have the shortest shelf life of any of the dressings that are available. They use the freshest ingredients. They have fewer preservatives. So if you do purchase those ready-to-eat dressings in the refrigerated section, plan to use those fairly quickly. Of course, always read the labels, always know what the ingredients are, and just make sure that you're planning on using that fairly quickly. With the bottled dressings, and that's where we have just a huge variety to choose from. With the bottled dressings, we know that they sometimes use extenders or a lot of things that will lengthen the shelf life, preservatives of some sort. So just know if you have any sensitivities to any of the things that are contained in those dressings, they have to be refrigerated after they've been opened, but they do have a longer shelf life because of the things that are in them. In our extension publication, we have a good recipe for a basic vinaigrette. Now, there are two types of salad dressings, mayonnaise based and oil and vinegar based, which is a vinaigrette. And we want to make sure that we are including the things in our dressings that we like to eat, that we are able to eat, that we don't have sensitivities to. And the 5-ingredient basic vinaigrette recipe has oil, and you can use any type of oil, olive oil, vegetable oil, canola, just whatever oil you prefer, and then vinegar. You can use any type of vinegar. You can use white vinegar, cider vinegar, just balsamic vinegar. There's just a world of different types of flavored vinegars, and salt and pepper and a little mustard. So all of those can be mixed up. We've got all kinds of ways to mix those salad dressings up. You could put all your ingredients in here, and this one blends it for you. You can even put it in a shaker bottle and pour straight from this bottle. And I like to use just a little canning jar, and we want to make a small amount of dressing because it really tastes better and lasts better if we're going to use it fairly quickly. And using, here's the pour spout on they make all kinds of useful tools now to work with your canning jars, and you can prepare that. If you prepare it ahead of time, then you can put the lid on and store those in the refrigerator. And then you just have to shake it up, because sometimes the oil and vinegar will separate because of the colder temperature after you have made that and put it in the refrigerator. So we just want to make sure that the type of dressing is going to be appropriate for the type of salad, and personal preference plays a big part in what type of salad dressing that you enjoy. I really do enjoy this particular one because it has recipes on the side of the bottle. And with our basic recipe, it also adds some additives. It adds a list of some additives that you can put in your salad dressings to vary the flavor. If you like a fruity type of vinaigrette, there's a recipe where you can add some different fruit juices. You can add honey or sugar for a sweet vinaigrette. For an Italian vinaigrette, you could add some garlic powder and some crushed red pepper. And there's also a honey mustard vinaigrette. So, of course, very simple ingredients, things you probably have at home already. And we know that it is the most cost effective. And you can always have a salad, always have the dressing, because you're most likely going to have all of those ingredients on hand. One more tool that I'll share with you, this is a salad chopper, and after you have put all your greens in a bowl, you can just cut these up. Of course, a lot of people tell me I can just tear that with my hands, I can do that with my fingers, but sometimes this is quicker. This will take care of a large bowl of greens, and it does a very good job to chop those into bite-sized pieces. So one of the things also that I enjoy doing is when you divide your greens up, go ahead and put those in portion sizes. And if you'll just go ahead and start with your salad greens as the base, if you have purchased a head of lettuce or if you've harvested some from your own garden, then if you'll go ahead, wash and prepare for using a little bit later, go ahead and put it in some bowls and put in the refrigerator, and then you're ready for all of the additions that we're going to talk about in just a minute. So to me, if a salad is prepared, or at least some of the steps have already been done, I am more apt to eat it because it's not as much work. If I'm in a hurry, if I've got just a little time, or if I need to take that with me somewhere, if I have to take it to work, then I know I can always have it ready and have it ready to go. Shifting now to adding variety as far as color and contrast. We're going to talk a lot about the different textures, the different flavors, and I know a lot of people enjoy certain things in their salads, but the beauty of this in putting in small containers your individual ingredients, I know everybody in my family likes different things in their salad. Now my husband will not touch a carrot, and I will not touch a black olive. So we'll just agree to disagree about putting those things in a salad. But if we have things ready to pull, the good thing about this, I think, is it just makes it more interesting. You could have a salad 5 days a week, and it could be different every time. So some of these ingredients are going to be things that you probably have at home already. Sometimes you may have leftovers that you put in a small container and you think, well, that's not really enough for 2 or 3 people, but it would go great with salad greens and really complement a salad. So let's talk about color and contrast, of course, with vegetables. There's just a wide variety of vegetables in a wide variety of color, and that adds so much to a basic green salad. So whatever you like, it's good to have these already cut up and prepared in your refrigerator. That way you can just take out, add to your salad greens, and build your salad to suit yourself. Another way to add variety to your salad is to add natural sweetness, and you can do that through fruits. I enjoy using canned mandarin oranges, and you can drain those, and just adds a real nice color, nice texture, and flavor. Also, we have some blackberries, some grapes, and some strawberries. And you can vary the shapes and sizes to make it even more interesting, but Blueberries are good. Just about any fruit that you can think of. Apples add crunch and are a very nice addition, and as well as dried fruits. Here are dried cranberries, and that adds a different texture and a different flavor. So there are just lots and lots of choices that you can have according to what your preferences are. So adding color and contrast with vegetables, and also a natural sweetness with fruits. Moving on then to a natural crunch and different texture. There are so many things that you can add. There are the tortilla strips that are so crunchy and tasty. And you know, in the past, we think about how to add crunch to our salad, and we think croutons or dried bread pieces. And croutons really don't add a lot of nutritional value, and also they sometimes add some unnecessary fats, and these are some better choices. So the tortilla strips, and they come at the grocery store. They'll be in a little package that you should be able to get several servings, because you just want to add a little bit of sprinkle of these on top. That is very tasty and colorful. Also the crunchy noodles, and these are a nice touch to salad to add some flavor and also some texture and crunch. And also we have some pecans, so any nuts, whatever your favorite nut is, walnuts, pecans, cashews, even peanuts. Some people chop up peanuts and put that in with fruit and nuts and add that to their greens. So there's just all kinds of options with nuts. And then also we have sunflower seeds, and pumpkin seeds are good options as well to add some crunch and to add some flavor. Adding some protein to your salad is a big plus, because not only are you adding a very nutritious part of that meal, you're also adding some fiber, you're adding some nutrients that you need to make you feel more fulfilled, and as far as making you feel full longer. And we want to make sure that we store those properly, but we've got some garbanzo beans that adds a really good texture, and some protein, plant protein, and also some black beans, which is a good option for adding some protein, plant proteins as well. We know that you can use other proteins such as chicken. These come packaged for chicken fajitas, or you can prepare your own. A lot of people grill a large quantity of chicken breast and different parts of chicken and chop those up and store them in the refrigerator, bring them out later. A good addition for your salad. Also, tuna is a good option to add some protein. Some people like beef. I think about a taco salad, you can incorporate beef. I like to keep corn and black beans and some of the fajita type chicken and make a salad, and then use salsa instead of a dressing. So there's just all kinds of options. As far as proteins, you can also use hard cooked eggs and store those in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days, and they make a nice addition to add protein to your salad. Another thing is whole grains. That is a good addition to salad. Couscous, of course, is in the semolina family, and whole grain. It is a very good addition, as well as brown rice. And here's a container of prepared brown rice that you can add that to your salad, and it incorporates some whole grains. So as you can see, there's just all kinds of options, all kinds of things that you can incorporate into your salad to give it different textures, different colors, different flavors. And again, just whatever your preference is for salad additions, have those on hand and have those ready to incorporate in with your salad greens. So now that you know all about the options that you have available to build the extraordinary salad that you and your family can enjoy, we have a lot of good resources here at the Extension office that we are more than happy to share. And the 2022 recipe calendar is still very much one of the popular items here in the Extension office, and on the cover just happens to be a salad recipe. That is the recipe for October, and it is the apple spinach salad, and it has a wonderful variety of flavors and textures and colors, and we would be more than happy for you to stop by or give us a call and pick up one of these calendars. It even has the recipes in the back that you can tear those out and save them even after the calendar has run out at the end of the year. So stop by for one of our food and nutrition calendars. We also have Chop Chop magazines, and one of the additions that I did not mention is adding in avocado to salads. Avocado is the only fruit that has a healthy monounsaturated fat, and we know that an avocado has 3 servings, and adding a little bit of that avocado into your salad is very nutritious, very flavorful, and also has the health benefits. So one of these Chop Chop magazines has an article all about avocados, and we have these about 4 times a year, and they're free, so you can stop by the Extension office and pick up a Chop Chop magazine. Also, there are lots of good recipes and articles that you can share with your children, and they do enjoy helping in the kitchen, and the Chop Chop does a very good job of including those activities and those recipes. And as well, if you are interested in growing your own salad greens, we have the Home Vegetable Gardening in Kentucky publication. And just ask for ID 128, and it has everything you need to know in order to grow anything in Kentucky. It's such a good reference. It has all sorts of tips on how to store vegetables after you have harvested them. It has a wonderful section on container gardening, which a lot of people tell me they enjoy container gardening and growing peppers and onions and ingredients that would be very complementary to salads. So if you find yourself needing any of these resources, please come by the Marshall County Extension office or an Extension office near you. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you next time.